UFC legend Dan Hardy believes rising star Dakota Dicha has already surpassed Ronda Rousey's skill set after her stunning $1 million PFL victory. Meanwhile, UFC Hall of Famer Chael Sonnen has dropped a bombshell, claiming that Ronda Rousey is actively planning a return to the octagon, this time for one specific opponent. This news has the entire MMA community buzzing, as Sonnen's bold allegations suggest that fans might soon witness one of the most shocking comebacks in UFC history.
Name that I am dying to see in the UFC, and that's Dakota Dicha.
What a fighter.
Yeah.
What a fighter.
Talk about the women's
Can you imagine her?
division needing a superstar, and talk about a perfectly packaged, talented, gorgeous, eloquent, respectful, good, like literally checks every single box, and she's right there, and she is a flyweight. And can you imagine
You could fight any female right now. Who would you want to go with?
Valentina Shevchenko right now. I want to be at the top. You know, I'm still 26. She's been around for a long time.
Right now, I'm not too sure that Shevchenko is the best 125er there is. This girl is, man, she goes after people. She is nasty.
Valentina has to fight this.
According to Chael Sonnen, Ronda Rousey's inner circle has revealed that she is open to making a UFC comeback, but only under very specific conditions. Rousey is reportedly willing to face the winner of the Amanda Nunes vs. Kayla Harrison fight. However, there's a catch: she'll only return if Kayla Harrison comes out on top. On his YouTube channel, Sonnen explained, "The absolute inner circle of Ronda has..."
I am dying to see in the UFC, and that's Dakota Dicha.
What a fighter.
Yeah.
What a fighter.
Talk about the women's
Can you imagine her?
division needing a superstar, and talk about a perfectly packaged, talented, gorgeous, eloquent, respectful, good, like literally checks every single box, and she's right there, and she is a flyweight. And can you imagine the matchups that she could have in the flyweight division?
This rumor is especially intriguing because of the history between Ronda Rousey and Kayla Harrison. Both are Olympic medalists in judo, and back in 2005, Rousey actually dominated Harrison at the USA Championships before they both made the transition to MMA. But here's the twist: Chael Sonnen himself doesn't believe this fight will ever happen. According to him, Rousey won't follow through. He explained, "Ronda versus Kayla not only will not happen, but Ronda Rousey competing at 135 pounds is also not going to happen."
Just a little bit.
But she's got everything that you want from your MMA star. You package it. She's a violent Cinderella. Bring her to the UFC.
Yeah.
UFC legend Dan Hardy believes rising star Dakota Dicha has already surpassed Ronda Rousey's skill set after her stunning $1 million PFL victory. Meanwhile, UFC Hall of Famer Chael Sonnen has dropped a bombshell, claiming that Ronda Rousey is considering a comeback under very specific conditions. According to him, Rousey's inner circle revealed she would only return, and back in 2005, Rousey dominated Harrison at the USA Championships before they both transitioned to MMA. Still, Sonnen isn't convinced it will ever happen. He stated, "Ronda versus Kayla not only will not happen, but Ronda Rousey competing at 135 pounds is also not going to happen." Now, before fans get too excited, there's a major concern: Rousey's health. She has openly admitted to suffering dozens of concussions and says she's not neurologically fit to compete. Rousey stepped away from the sport in 2016 after devastating losses to Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes, attributing those defeats in part to the long-term effects of brain trauma. Even though training footage still shows her working on her judo, any real comeback looks highly doubtful from both a safety and competitive standpoint. That brings us to the future of women's MMA. Dakota Dicha, the 26-year-old British sensation, just captured the PFL Flyweight Championship and a massive $1 million prize. Comparisons to Rousey are everywhere, but according to Dan Hardy, Dicha has something Rousey never had: complete well-roundedness. Hardy explained, "Ronda was a pioneer, but she was dominant in just one area. Dakota has shown that she's a fully well-rounded MMA fighter. The stats prove it." Rousey's 12 career wins included 9 arm bars, dominant but predictable. By contrast, Dicha's 14-0 record features a mix of knockouts, TKOs, and submissions, making her much harder to prepare for. Hardy even went as far as to say, "I could make the argument right now that she could beat anybody in this weight class on the planet." Dicha herself is confident too. She believes she'd instantly break into the UFC's top 15, maybe even top 10. But what makes her truly special isn't just her skills, it's her star power. PFL commentator Sean O'Connell compared her trajectory to Rousey's, saying she has the look, the charisma, and the knockout power to become a global superstar. The Manchester native is already dreaming big, eyeing a future fight at Manchester City's Etihad Stadium. In her words, "It's a dream, but it will happen one day." The European title happened. This World Championship happened. The Etihad will happen. With PFL's merger with Bellator and their new supercard format, Dicha is perfectly positioned to become the next crossover star in women's MMA. So there you have it. While Ronda Rousey's comeback seems highly unlikely due to her health, Dakota Dicha is proving that the future of women's MMA is in excellent hands. The sport has evolved beyond Rousey's era, and fighters like Dicha are setting a new standard for what it means to be a complete mixed martial artist. That's all for today's MMA Central. Don't forget to subscribe for more breaking news, and let us know in the comments, do you think Ronda Rousey should attempt a comeback? Or is it time to fully pass the torch to the next generation?
But I mean, for sure, I'm stronger in wrestling, and she's stronger in striking. So I guess if you can call that a weakness, that would
feels good. I mean, I listened to so many people talking like throughout this whole tournament. It's nice.
If you could fight any female right now, who would it be? Dakota Dicha, Valentina Shevchenko. I want to be at the top, and I'm still only 26. She's been around for a long time, but honestly, I'm not sure she's still the best at 125. Still, she's a beast, she goes after people, and she's nasty.
Last fight, scored a beautiful takedown in a rear naked choke in the first round. I can't think of a bigger talent in women's MMA right now.
Laura Sanko has just dropped a crystal-clear bombshell message aimed directly at Dana White and the entire UFC leadership. Her point? There's one fighter the UFC absolutely needs to sign, none other than the woman being called the violent Cinderella of MMA. We're talking about Dakota Dicha, the undefeated PFL sensation who's been tearing through opponents and leaving fans questioning why she isn't already in the UFC octagon. Before we get into Laura Sanko's warning, let's take a look at what the MMA Twitterverse is saying about her. One fan wrote, "Dakota Dicha is so damn good. She'd already be champ in the UFC, in my opinion." Another added, "It's not an exaggeration, Dakota Dicha could beat every girl in the UFC right now."
Dakota Dicha with the third round finish!
These voices aren't just hype, they're a clear signal from the MMA world. After watching Dakota Dicha's rise, it's obvious why Laura Sanko is calling her the violent Cinderella. A true superstar in the making, Dicha isn't just another fighter, she might be the one to breathe new life into women's MMA. And if the UFC doesn't sign her soon, it could go down as one of the biggest missed opportunities in the sport.